Hey everybody, it's Mark. I just wanted to talk about mental toughness today and why mental toughness matters more than talent for long-term success. Okay, so listen up. I've got 7 different points. Okay, number 1, talent gets you started. Mental toughness keeps you going, right? So, a great example, when I was playing football way back in the day, in high school, I was way better than everybody else. I really didn't have to work at it. And then when I got to college, it was a whole different deal, man. And it was tough. And I had to build that resilience to get me over the hump. And again, long-term success, I ultimately got to the NFL, but it was a battle. So just remember that talent gets you going. Mental toughness takes you in for the long term. And that's what that is all about. Number 2 is mental toughness is a choice, all right? You can quit anytime that you want, but it's those who keep going ultimately get to the top of the peak. And it may not be exactly what you thought it was going to be, but it could be something slightly different. Number 3, adversity is a competitive advantage. I can't tell you how many times back in the day when we were playing and we were in games and we just had that it'd start raining up in Seattle and it was cold and we were playing these teams from Southern California. They didn't like it. And that was an advantage, right? Adversity, things that you go through. Once you get over the hump and you get through them, you've been in a valley, it makes you a better person. All right, number 4, long-term success is a long-term game. If you believe in the system that you have, and I do have one in my book, Finding Your Summit, you can get that on Amazon, but it's the same system that I was taught back in the day from my head coach, Don James, he got it from John Wooden. But again, long term, you got to have the faith and you got to have the belief. And if you have the faith and the belief in the system that you're working day by day, step by step, ultimately you will get there. All right, number 5, here we go. Mental toughness requires adaptability. Things are always changing, man. And that's what I call a pivot or a traverse. You're going along, everything's great, you think you're on the right track. And then all of a sudden you have to move and you have to shift it. And you just have to get ready that you can't bail on your plan, but you may have to alter it just a little bit. Lots of examples of that in my life. And then number 6, this is a big one. When you work at that thing and that mental toughness of grinding, you want to be the starter, you want to be the number 1 of the company, you want to do something extraordinary. But the more you do it, the more confident you're going to get. When I got off of Mount Everest, obviously it's a very difficult mountain, but that's also glacier climbing. That's in the snow, right? Going through crevasses, over the top, all that kind of stuff. And then I decided to go off and say, I want to try rock. So I went after the Matterhorn. That's all rock. The Eiger, all rock. Grand Teton, scary as shit. But that's what gets you time, repetition, that gives you your confidence and then your mental toughness because you know that you can do it. Just like I used to play in the NFL. I didn't go from Little League to the NFL in one jump. That's a big one. All right, number 7, the best teams are mentally tougher together, right? If you can get one, if you can get many, then that's where you really score. You get a strong team. You're all hanging in together. You go through some adversity. You're in it for the long haul. You have a big goal out there. We had a goal from Sports Illustrated from going from number 17 to number 1. That is almost impossible to do, but we did it. But we didn't go from 17 to number 1 in one leap, just like from the NFL, going from Little League to the NFL in one jump. We did this over time, right? And we chunked it up. We went from 17 to number 10, 10 to number 5, 5 to number 1. And that's how it works. And when you have the whole team, it wasn't just me, it was a whole group of people, 300 plus publishers. When you're all working, rowing together, great things can happen. All right, that's it for the day. Later.